Welcome back. Okay, real food is good. Processed food is bad. We spoke about that probably yesterday, depending on which order I put these videos in. Today, I want to drill that point home further, but I want to do it on a macro level. Macronutrients are the component building blocks of food. So you've probably heard of them: proteins, carbs, and fats, okay? You must have heard of these three things. This is what makes up all the foods that we eat. Now, we all know, if we're following on from our Food Circus campaign and our videos of late, that natural foods are incredibly good for you. What we do not know, or what I'm hoping you don't know, so this is enlightening to you, is that you can actually use the same logic from a macronutrient perspective. I'll tell you what I mean. If you take a natural carbohydrate, okay, let's say in a vegetable, okay, you eat these things and they are incredibly good for you, okay? They give you vitamins and minerals, they give you energy, they help you with brain function, they help your metabolism, they help your digestion, okay? They also, because they're full of fiber, all carbs break down into sugar, I should say, and sugar is a bit of a, everyone thinks it's a very bad thing. Sugar molecules are essentially the building block of food. When you eat a complex carb, okay, it breaks down into simple sugar molecules, but because there's fiber, it stops the sugar from rushing into the blood at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So the response of the body is that it doesn't need to deal with a massive spike in blood sugar. It doesn't need to produce insulin, and the insulin doesn't tell anything to go store as fat, okay? If that makes sense. So, carbs have a good action, complex carbs have a good action on the body, and they give you all these health benefits as well. Now, refined carbohydrates, candies, white bread, burger baps, white pasta, okay, things that man has gone and got his filthy little fingers in, okay? These, first of all, they've had their fiber removed, so when they go into their body, they break down into sugar, and that sugar goes straight into the blood. The body responds by producing insulin, which tells the body to store that extra blood as fat, to take the blood sugar out of the blood, and essentially that blood sugar then causes you to become fat, okay? So that's the thing that refined carbs do. And on top of that, they've also been linked with heart disease and obesity and diabetes, okay? So let's look at what's happened. Natural carbs give you a load of good health benefits and act in your body in the right way. Man-made carbs give you loads of negative health consequences, and they also act in your body in the wrong way, okay? That's carbohydrates. Maybe we'll get a bit more luck with regard to fats. No, okay? Natural fats in things like eggs, nuts, seeds, avocados, they are incredibly good for you. They assimilate vitamins, they help your body to produce hormones, they are good for insulating organs. I think they've been linked to brain function. So natural fats, let's pack them in. Now, man-made fats, those are things, they're called trans fats or hydrogenated fats, okay? These are fats, there's something about the fat that's been burned in the presence of a metal or hydrogen. That's why they're called hydrogenated. You don't need to know that. I certainly don't. But essentially what they do is they keep fat solid at room temperature. So you may have seen them in things like margarine, stops the margarine from just becoming liquid, or they're put in biscuits to keep them more solid, more crunchy, okay? Now, trans fats are among the very worst things you can put in your body. They've been linked to cancers, of course, they are incredibly toxic, okay? Natural fats, loads of health benefits. Man-made fats, one of the worst things you can eat. The last block, any love for protein? No. Well, there is if you eat natural protein. If you eat chicken breasts and eggs, chicken breasts, turkey, fish, we all know these are some incredible proteins for you. They're very, very good for you. It's one of the major building blocks. It is the major building block within the body that repairs your ligaments and your muscle tissue after tough workouts. If you take the man-made equivalent, okay, take a deli meat, okay, or a mince, where you take a whole cut of meat, you smash it up, you add in a load of chemicals, a load of preservatives, a load of fillers, loads of salt to change the taste and make it more profitable, and you get a shit show. It loses its nutritional benefits completely. So what can we determine from this? I mean, simply this is that there's always this the food industry and the diet industry works by demonizing food. It's like 10, 15 years ago, it was no carbs, get away from carbs. And recently it's, get away from fat. Whereas the reality is that these are not the problem. Carbs are incredibly good for you. So are fats, so are proteins. The problem is man-made versions of these things. If a man makes it, that's an unnatural substance, you then put that in a natural system. What on earth do you think is going to happen? Well, you don't need to think, you don't need to imagine anything, you just look outside your door. And that is exactly what is happening. We're all getting sick and we're all dying. Just keep the simple rule to your food, is that Foods on a high level or macronutrients on the low level. As long as it's natural, then you have nothing to fear. And if it's processed, man-made, synthetic or fake, then you should steer well clear. All right, that's it. See you soon.